Good afternoon, this is Brock Frost, Cornwall City candidate and owner of the River Kings. I'm standing outside 678 Hamilton Crescent in Cornwall. This video has two purposes. First and foremost, I want to thank Nolan Quinn from United Way for nominating me to reach out and share a story about why I think SD&G is such a beautiful place to live. And leading into my second story, you'll see why. Inside this house lives a woman named Linda. I met her last week when I was door knocking, and her story is a sad one to say the least. And I'm here to share that story with the viewers today to let Cornwall know that there are people living in situations that are just not right. So that is the purpose of the video. So again, thank you to Nolan Quinn, first of all, for nominating me. I will definitely be pledging $100 towards United Way and your financial campaign. And I'd like to nominate Guy St. Jean, David Murphy, and Steve Awakanik as well for their video. You have 24 hours. Thank you very much. Okay, good afternoon. I'm sitting here with Linda, as discussed, and the purpose of the video today is to essentially share Linda's story. I met Linda last week when I was actually door knocking for the upcoming election, and her story, it touched me in a way that most stories don't. You know, her situation, I didn't know it existed inside of our city, and I feel it was my job to bring her story forward so that people of Cornwall understand that this is a bigger issue than most of us have ever imagined. So I'm going to introduce you to Linda. I'm going to have Linda just tell your story to the viewers.
I had my leg amputated beginning of January. I stayed in the hospital many months, so I came home the end of April. I've been in the house since the end of April, alone. I live here by myself, and I get few visitors. I have a hard time to do anything from a wheelchair. I have a hard time to cook. I can't use the oven. I can't use my stove because my face would be at the burner and I would burn myself.
So what's the day-to-day struggles that you face living in here? Did you feel like, you know, essentially you're a prisoner in your own home, so to speak?
I am a prisoner in my own home. I do not have a ramp. I do not have a wheelchair lift yet. I have a hard time to do anything. Cleaning, cooking. I don't eat properly. I lost my leg because I'm diabetic, and I'm having a hard time to eat properly as a diabetic because I can't cook what I need to have.
So what kind of help have you received, whether through you know, city funding or provincial grants, or, you know, is there much help out there for you?
I'm waiting on the March of Dimes. For my wheelchair lift. I get a TSW that comes in twice a week, an hour, and that's it.
Do you find that sufficient or not at all?
No, it's not enough. There is not. When I had my leg amputated, I was told, don't worry, you'll have lots of help out there. There'll be lots of people to help you. There's just no funding available.
So how do you support yourself financially, or is that a day-to-day struggle as well?
I'm on disability now that my leg is amputated.
Okay. And is that enough to sustain you on a monthly basis, or?
It can, yes, because right now I'm not buying a lot of groceries because I can't cook, and I don't have anybody come in and help me. So yes, I do have money. I can live, but I'm not eating properly. That's the thing, and it scares me. I'm getting anxiety attacks and panic attacks. I wake up in the morning and my stomach is in knots constantly all day. My stomach's in knots. I have no appetite.
Do you feel like you're the door is being shut on you, or you know, you're hitting different roadblocks with certain avenues for help?
Always.
Like just not so.
Because I'm put on lists, and the lists you have to wait, and it's
all the time.
Yeah, if they're long lists.
Have you had any direct contact with the city of Cornwall for assistance, and what has that been like?
No, I haven't.
Have you tried to reach out for?
Last year I tried for Ontario Renovates, but I ended up putting the application in too late, so I didn't get that.
Okay. So regarding ODSP, I remember you saying something that there's a bit of a financial issue you're having with them right now. Can you just touch base on that for the viewers?
When I was in the hospital, I was getting my checks, and I didn't, of course I was paying my bills, but I wasn't eating because the hospital was feeding me. So I went over on my limit. So now my worker called me up and she tells me that I'm going to have an overpayment and I'm going to have to pay them back. I need to put money away for my prosthesis because I would like to have a prosthesis.
How much money are they saying that you overpaid? Or that you were overpaid?
Well, right now, until she gets all the bank statements from the bank, she's saying $22,000.
$22,000.
$22,000.
That's what your caseworker says that you owe
right
them.
now. And once the bank hasn't released all of the bank statements, and I'm having a problem getting that done too.
What a nightmare.
Everything's a nightmare. I'm so discouraged. I'm so depressed. I've gotten to the point where I want to give up.
Don't give up. And this is the reason why I wanted to bring the story forward today. Is that, as a candidate for city council, I was honest with Linda when I met her, as I'm not sure exactly what I can do personally to help, because this is a unique story for me, and that's why I wanted to bring the story forward. But what I do know is that this should not be happening. People should not be living like this in Canada. Canada is the best country in the world, in my opinion, and we should take care of our own. We should not hit roadblocks of bureaucracy when it comes to our health. This is not right. So I just wanted to say thank you, Linda, for telling your story.
You're welcome. I hope I can help somebody else, because there's not enough.
I want your story to be put out there so people realize that you're a human being. You're not just a file number on a desk. You have a heart, you have a soul, and you deserve to be treated with a little bit more dignity, in my opinion. So I just want to say thank you, and thank you to the viewers.